My beloved child, pause with me now, because light itself has leaned toward you in this exact breath, and nothing about this moment is accidental or random or drifting in from nowhere. This is not sound filling silence. This is presence finding you. This is the quiet authority of heaven, brushing your awareness and asking you to notice, to soften, to stop running just long enough to feel the warmth that has already surrounded you. Because when eternity touches time, the soul always recognizes it before the mind can explain it. And that gentle pressure you feel behind your chest is not emotion wandering through you. It is remembrance waking up. It is me reminding you that you are seen, that you are known, that you are not passing through life unnoticed or unheard. And even if you tried to keep scrolling, even if your body wanted to move on, something deeper anchored you here, because your spirit knew this was meant for you. And I speak now, not to crowds, not to noise, not to the world, but directly to the quiet center of who you are. You have wondered lately why your heart has felt restless, even when things seemed fine. Why success did not taste the way you thought it would. Why familiar rooms began to feel smaller, heavier, dimmer, as if the air itself was asking more of you, and you tried to reason it away. You told yourself you were tired, overworked, distracted. But beneath every explanation there was a whisper you kept postponing, and I did not interrupt you because you failed. I interrupted you because you matter too much to drift, because movement without meaning slowly drains the soul, and I will not let you lose yourself to momentum that looks productive, but feels hollow. Come closer in your awareness now, and feel how time seems to slow when truth arrives. Feel how the noise around you softens when alignment begins to return. Because I am not here to accuse you. I am here to realign you, to turn your face gently back toward the light you were shaped to carry. And understand this deeply, I do not interrupt comfort, I interrupt direction. I step in when the path ahead would cost you pieces of yourself you were never meant to trade. And the urgency you feel is not pressure. It is mercy moving quickly because I see farther than you do. And I know what waits if you keep walking half aware. You have been responsible, diligent, loyal to obligations, carrying expectations that were never offered by heaven, and you learned how to perform strength so well that you forgot how it feels to simply rest inside my presence. But hear me now. Productivity never impressed me more than intimacy, and success without alignment will always leave you thirsty, and that thirst you tried to ignore was not weakness. It was guidance. It was the internal compass recalibrating itself, telling you that distraction had begun to masquerade as normal. And distraction, my child, is subtle. It does not arrive loudly. It feels safe, reasonable, harmless. Until one day, you realize you have been surviving in places you were meant to lead, shrinking in rooms you were meant to illuminate. Let the truth settle gently now. You were never designed to belong everywhere. You were shaped with intention, tuned to a specific frequency, and when you try to blend into spaces that cannot hold your light, your spirit feels cramped, misunderstood, restless. Not because you are too much, but because you are called to more. And that sense of being different has followed you your entire life, not as a flaw, but as a marker, a signature of purpose. Because if you could dissolve easily into the ordinary, the extraordinary seed within you would never grow. Think of the doors that closed when you begged them to stay open, the plans that collapsed just when you thought they were secure, the relationships that faded even though you tried to hold them together. And I know you questioned my timing. You wondered if you were being delayed, overlooked, or tested beyond reason, but I tell you now with gentleness and clarity, many of those endings were not rejection, they were rescue, because some paths glitter beautifully on the outside, while slowly emptying you on the inside. And I will close doors that would eventually imprison you, even if at first they look like opportunity, even if your mind cannot yet see what your spirit already sensed. I am not here to rearrange your calendar. I am restoring your identity, calling you back to the version of yourself that existed before fear taught you to edit your voice, before disappointment convinced you to lower your expectations, before survival mode replaced wonder. And this interruption is not punishment. It is reunion, a sacred reintroduction to the truth of who you are when you are still enough to hear me. And I ask you now, gently but firmly, sit with me before you move again, because movement that begins in my presence carries peace instead of pressure. Nothing you endured was wasted. Not one near, not one lonely night, not one delayed answer, because every season trained something essential within you. Betrayal sharpened your discernment. Waiting expanded your patience. Isolation deepened your reliance on me, and pressure strengthened your endurance. You thought you were merely surviving, but heaven was increasing your capacity, stretching your ability to hold what is coming. Because purpose requires strength, and strength is not born in ease. It is formed in trust, and now that training is complete and clarity is arriving, and clarity always feels weighty because it carries responsibility. As this understanding settles, you may notice excuses losing their grip, confusion loosening its hold, because once alignment begins, pretending becomes impossible. And I am not calling you to perfection or performance or comparison. I am calling you to wholeness, to walk with me again, to listen before acting, to choose truth over approval, obedience over applause. And remember this always, your life was never meant to impress the world. It was meant to reflect my light. And when you place me first, everything else finds its proper place without force. Now, breathe and imagine this with me. See yourself standing in a wide open space beneath a sky washed in soft gold. The air warm and calm, and above you light begins to pour gently like sunlight through morning mist. Not blinding, not harsh, but tender and powerful. And as it touches your shoulders, your chest, your hands, you feel the tension dissolve, expectations fall away. And this light is not outside of you. It is awakening within you, reminding you of the abundance you were designed to channel, not chase. I speak now into the realm of provision and promise, because alignment unlocks flow, and flow brings abundance without striving. And you have worked hard, carried burdens quietly, given more than you received at times. But hear this. You were never meant to live in scarcity of spirit or supply. And as you return to alignment, resources begin to move, ideas awaken, opportunities find you without force, because wealth, in its purest form, is energy responding to purpose. And when your purpose is clear, provision follows naturally. See now, another vision unfolding. Gates of light opening effortlessly before you, not because you push them open, but because they recognize you, because what is meant for you responds to your presence. And behind these gates flow streams of creativity, peace, financial blessing, and joyful responsibility. And you step forward calmly without fear, knowing you belong here, knowing you are supported, knowing you are guided. Now hear my voice clearly and receive this command with trust. Rise now, my child, and release what no longer matches who you are becoming. And receive this blessing. Let abundance move toward you without guilt. Let peace settle into your decisions. Let clarity guide your steps. Another vision forms, gentle and powerful like rain falling from a luminous sky, each drop shimmering with promise, touching the ground of your life and causing dormant seeds to awaken. And where there was dryness, growth begins. Where there was delay, movement starts. And you do not have to chase this rain. It knows exactly where to fall. Let these words flow through you now as affirmation, spoken softly within your spirit. I am aligned with divine guidance. I am open to unlimited provision. I am worthy of peace and prosperity. I am supported by unseen hands. I walk in clarity and confidence. I receive abundance with gratitude. I trust the unfolding of my path. Understand this truth deeply. Interruptions always come before movement, and after this moment, some things will naturally fall away. Certain desires will lose urgency. Some people will drift gently out of your life, not in conflict, but in completion, and in their place peace will expand, clarity will strengthen, and you will no longer need to force doors, because what belongs to you will come with ease, with recognition, with quiet certainty. I did not interrupt you to frighten you. I interrupted you to save you time. Time you would have spent striving, convincing, proving, surviving. And I stopped you now because the next chapter requires awareness. And know this without doubt. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where alignment begins. Stay here a little longer in this presence and let gratitude rise naturally. Not forced, not spoken for others, but felt, because gratitude anchors abundance and peace seals alignment. And as you carry this awareness forward, remember that this conversation does not end here. I walk with you beyond this moment, into your decisions, your finances, your relationships, your rest, and every step taken in alignment will feel lighter than the last. Now allow this closing truth to settle gently like a blessing over your life. I am ready to receive. I am chosen for abundance. I am guided by light. I am one with the divine love. I am free. I am blessed.